Welcome to Simplify 20, where learning becomes simple. Today's video is about Piaget's theory of cognitive development and his concepts. This theory plays a very vital role in understanding child psychology. Also, a very important theory in childhood and growing up subject in B.Ed. Let's begin today's video. Jean Piaget is a well-known Swiss psychologist. He was the first psychologist to develop a systematic study of cognitive development, that is, detailed observational study of cognition in children. He wanted to find the way in which fundamental concepts like the idea of number, time, quantity, justice emerged in children. Earlier, children were considered as smaller version of adults, but Piaget showed young children think in a different way compared to adults, and they aren't smaller version of adult. Children move through 4 distinct stages of mental development based on 4 most important concepts. These concepts are schema, assimilation, accommodation, and equilibration. In this video, we will be studying about each concept in detail. Piaget's theory differs from others in several ways. It is concerned with children rather than learners. Always it focuses on development rather than learning. It proposes discrete stages of development marked by qualitative differences rather than a gradual increase in number and complexity of behaviors, concepts, and ideas. There are basically 4 concepts of cognitive development. The first concept is schema. They are the basic building blocks of knowledge. Reflexes such as sucking, looking, reaching, and grasping forms the basic schema. Assimilation is the next concept. Matching between the existing cognitive structure and environment forms the assimilation concept. The next is accommodation. When a child tries to adjust itself to a new way of thinking or a new fashion, but still it tries to behave in the older manner, then it comes under accommodation. Equilibration is when the child finds an equilibrium between assimilation and accommodation, getting adapted to a newer challenge and hence maintains a harmonious relationship between himself and the environment. The first concept is schema. Schema are the basic building blocks of intelligent behavior, a way of organizing knowledge. All of us have different schema. Piaget believed that newborn babies have a small number of innate schemas, even before they experience the world. These neonatal schemas are the cognitive structures which underlines the innate reflexes. These reflexes are genetically programmed into every child. In babies, these schemas are represented through reflexes such as sucking, licking, grasping, and looking. For example, a baby will suck a nipple or a person's finger if someone touches their lips. This is a perfect example of schema, sucking schema present in the newborn babies. The next concept is assimilation. Assimilation is a matching between the already existing cognitive structure and environment. That is, a child learns to deal with a new object or a situation. For example, if a child is watching a nature film, a child may discover a new animal's name and will add to a known group of animals' name, which a child has already stored in his or her memory. Another example is when you give a small child a small ball, the child will try to put that into his mouth and try to find a way to play with that ball. This is called assimilation, a schema to deal with a new object or a situation. The next concept is accommodation, trying to adjust to a new way of thinking but behaving in the same old fashion. For example, in the previous case, we gave a small ball. The child was trying to put it in the mouth. If you change and give a big ball, the child will try to do the same first. But later will realize that the ball is bigger and then will try to play in a different manner. That is, getting accommodated to the new change. The last concept is equilibration. This is a force which moves development along. Both assimilation and accommodation helps a child to maintain a relationship between himself and the environment. When a child encounters a new challenge or an object, that is, when you give him a football, a bigger size ball. The child tries to find a new way of playing by handling this challenge. Thus, he creates a balance between assimilation and accommodation. There is a flow chart for explaining assimilation and accommodation. Initially, the first stage is assimilation, that is, a child tries to play with a new object or a new challenge environment. There, it finds a way to play with it and achieves an equilibration. Suddenly, we change the ball or the environment. So, a new situation is created. The child doesn't know how to play with it, thus, and disequilibration occurs at this point. Then, it tries to find a new way and get accommodated to a bigger ball, and then once again finds an equilibrium, and this process repeats. Another example of assimilation and accommodation is here. A 2-year-old boy with his father goes for shopping. This 2-year boy sees a man who is bald on top and has a long frizzy hair on the sides. The boy starts shouting, "Clown, clown." The father gets shocked. In this clown incident, the boy's father explains that the man is not a clown. Though he has a bald head, he did not wear a funny costume or do anything silly to make the people laugh. So the boy understands that the man who has a bald head is not a clown here. With this new knowledge, the boy was able to change his schema of clown and make this idea fit better to a standard concept of a clown. So this is one of the examples of assimilation and accommodation. Hope this video gives you a clear idea about the concepts of PIAGET'S cognitive development. Given below in the description box, there is a detailed video for PIAGET'S distinct stages of mental development. Hope you like this video. Thank you.